Today, on Guess What I Found Out, we're diving into the world of the praying mantis, or as I like to call them, nature's most overconfident ninjas. These tiny murder machines have some of the most ridiculous biological features, and yes, they're even more terrifying than your ex. So buckle up, Curious George, because this bug has some serious main character energy. First off, let's talk about their eyes, because wow, nature really went all in on this one. Praying mantises are the only known insects with actual 3D vision. That's right, your housefly? Blind as a bat in comparison. They have 5 eyes because apparently 2 just weren't enough. 3 of these eyes detect light intensity. Great for setting the mood, I guess. And the other 2, those big, haunting compound eyes, are specialized for tracking movement. Basically, they're like tiny green 6-legged snipers who never miss a shot. Speaking of not missing, go ahead and tap that like button. It won't make you a master assassin, but it will keep the algorithm from forgetting I exist. Mantises aren't just creepy little weirdos with night vision goggles. They're also stone-cold killers. They can take down prey larger than themselves, including birds, frogs and lizards. Yes, you heard that right. Birds. These things are basically the land version of sharks, but worse because they don't even have the decency to look threatening. Instead, they just sit there, all polite and still, until, bam, instant death trap. Their front legs are designed for maximum efficiency in ruining someone's day. Equipped with spines that lock onto prey, they ensure that once you're in their grasp, you're not getting out. Their attack happens in 1/10 of a second, so quick that if you blink, you've already lost. Oh, and they use their mandibles like scissors to chop through exoskeletons and bones. No big deal. If that doesn't make you want to subscribe, I don't know what will. Maybe if I promise not to send a mantis your way. No, fine, just hit the button anyway. You know what's worse than a merciless killer? A merciless killer that can disappear. Many mantis species are expert mimics, blending into flowers, leaves and tree bark like nature's sneakiest little assassins. The orchid mantis, for example, literally looks like a flower petal. Imagine being a bee, flying in for a snack, and instead of pollen, you get violently eaten. Brutal. Some mantises can even change color when they molt, adjusting to their environment like they're in a never-ending game of hide-and-seek. Science calls this environmental polymorphism. I call it the worst possible evolution for their prey. Now for the part you've been waiting for. Mantis romance, which is less romance and more live-action horror film. Female mantises sometimes eat their mates, but before you go blaming them for their toxic dating habits, let's get the facts straight. This only happens in about 13 to 28% of wild encounters. So, there's still a solid chance the male will survive. About the same odds as finding a good dating app match. And here's the kicker. Females who eat their partners actually benefit from it. They show a 33% improvement in body condition and a 40% increase in egg production. So basically, if the dude gets eaten, his genes might actually have a better chance of getting passed on. Darwin would be so proud. Like this video if you, too, have ever felt like your dating life was a life-or-death situation. And subscribe if you'd like to avoid getting metaphorically devoured in your next relationship. If all of this wasn't enough, mantises come in 2,400 different species. That's right, there are 2,400 different ways for you to get creeped out. They range in size from the teeny tiny 1-centimeter bulbapiga to the absolute nightmare fuel, that is the 17-centimeter giant stick mantis. They also have an ancient pedigree, diverging from cockroaches and termites around 300 million years ago. So while humans were still figuring out how to invent the wheel, mantises were already out here perfecting the art of surprise murder. Inspirational. So, there you have it, Curious George. The praying mantis, part ninja, part nightmare, all terrifying. If you made it this far, congratulations. You're now slightly more knowledgeable and slightly more uncomfortable. Hit like if you're never looking at a flower the same way again. Subscribe if you enjoy learning weird and disturbing facts. And comment below if you'd rather fight one mantis-sized human or 10 human-sized mantises. See you next time on Guess What I Found Out.